Nityanandam, everyone. So this is Madeleine Portuguese again, and this is my fourth short video on the reasons why I choose to follow Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, Swamiji as he is known affectionately. Now, I find it impossible not to follow Swamiji actually, and that's been my experience pretty much from day dot, from the first time I ever encountered him and was invited along to one of the online programs via email. Now, why is it, in a way, why is it for me so addictive to follow Swamiji? Well, it's not a question of addiction. It's actually because he speaks to me in a way that no one has ever been able to speak to me before. You know, it's very much a case of he seems to understand me and humanity in general better than anybody has done before. He sees the unlimited potential in all of us. He sees the possibility in all of us, which is something that we deny ourselves a lot of the time. And this is because we are fearful, we're worried we're not going to be able to handle situations. You know, maybe we go through things in our lives that convince us that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough, that we don't deserve all the best that life has to offer. But what Swamiji teaches us is that that is what he calls incompletions. You know, it doesn't reflect reality in the slightest. Every single one of us, all of us who are here, on this planet, have worth, you know, so we are all deserving of the very best. And it's just a case of allowing ourselves to experience those things, which is something we deny ourselves because we have all these worries and these anxieties that really have no basis in reality and don't reflect who we are. Swamiji explains beautifully the concept of Advaita, which is the Hindu concept of oneness. So there is no separation. We are all connected with each other, and we are all connected with the universal source, you know, Paramashiva, as he is called in the Hindu tradition. Now, what does that mean? In reality, it means that everything is in us and we are in everything. So all the knowledge, all the power of the universe is within each and every one of us. So there is absolutely no basis for our fears and for our worries. I mean, we all know this from our experience that sort of 99% of all the fears that we have never come true anyway. So these are just sort of illusions created by our mind, but they have such a huge impact on us in terms of preventing us from living to the full, from really appreciating our experience here on this planet. And the truth is, we actually came here to expand, to grow, and to help others in their expansion and their growth. So our existence, the only real purpose of us here is this expansion and to contribute as much as possible to enrich not just ourselves but the lives of as many people as possible across the globe. And the more action that we take in this direction, the more we feel empowered, the less we feel vulnerable and to the vagaries of life, you know. So ultimately, it's about how we choose to lead our lives, how we choose to live. And Swamiji gives us so much guidance in this respect and so much support through his programs, his initiations, his discourses. In any and every possible way, Swamiji is here to show us not that he is God, but that we are God. That's the whole point. So once we reclaim our powerfulness, once we start living from that space, then what we have to offer the world is of immense value. So there's no question anymore of doubting our worthiness, of doubting, you know, whether we're going to ever be good enough. This is just, you know, the illness of today, the current illness of today, where so many people, you know, seem to have low self-esteem and depression and worries, and all these things are so easily avoided just by coming to the cognition, the real understanding of who we are. So I am eternally grateful to Swamiji for these incredible, incredible insights that he is giving to all of us on a daily basis. Nothing in his teachings makes us detracts from who we are. On the opposite, he builds us up to understand, you know, that we are limitless beings and that our contributions are important to humanity. And so, for that reason alone, I stand by him and with him, you know, in every situation. And I would actually encourage as many people as possible to at least tune in, listen to what he has to say, because until you've had that experience, you won't understand how he can speak to your very soul. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this short video. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.